Hey y'all, I pulled down my Corey BS video. He actually pulled down his Ohio 1998 videos. More or less, it came down to I had accused Corey of cherry picking stuff from Ohio's work. When I am almost certain that I remember him having a video where he talks about selling his silver at a different price, and also about him explaining his experience as a shiftard when he was wrong about the silver price and everything else. Anyway, hello. So went past the jogging trail. Anyway, that video's down. So I also don't want to do anything that really propagates people being nasty to each other. And you know what? It's almost like there's not a good side to it. You know, people that you would expect to be the good guy side end up like not being the good guy side. And I don't know, man. But anyway, on with the subject at hand. Corey had asked. He was mentioning money and happiness, and citing Ches Critta's video where he talks about a heroin addict who seems to be perfectly content in the way that he conducts his life. And Corey was curious about what our thoughts were. And I would like to share my experience, because I think we've talked about this in the past, where what we're living now is the result of what we did, say, 5 years ago. Well, actually, it's more than 5 years ago now, but while everybody was living it up during the housing boom, my wife and I were working to put her through RN school, and we were living with less at a time when everybody was racking up their credit cards and everything else. Now, we did get caught up in the credit card thing, but we got that under control, and while everybody continued to live it up, we strove to pay off our cards, and we actually did another mortgage on our home at that time. You know, just caught the tail end of that prime. Went with a bi-weekly mortgage. To make a long story short, though, while people were still living it up was when we were living with less, and she was going through that schooling to better herself. And what we live now is the result of all those sacrifices that we were making. Where at the time I would not eat lunch, and I would, say for example, send my daughter to preschool. I would send her to preschool with a lunch, and I would do without. Is pretty much an example of what I was doing a few years ago. Now fast forward to where, you know, the good jobs have been had, and we're doing pretty well now. And then everybody looks at us, you know, people that lived it up right up until the hilt, until the crash. We have to deal with those people looking at us now while we have and continue to have, and it's really awkward. And you can't really explain it to folks either. Like, when you receive that type of resentment, as if it's so easy and everything else, there's no defense for it. You know what I'm saying? My wife loves to work, and I enjoy what I do, and we would like to think that the tasks that we do, the value of the tasks that we do, are given back to us in money. So it's a way to keep score. My wife really enjoys her work, and she enjoys making money like that. And we've never made the mistake of losing sight to how those dollars are the result of us needing to work directly for them, and we haven't forgotten from where we've come. And kind of a side effect of that is that whenever we are accused of having it so good and so easy, I feel completely indifferent to it. I have no guilty conscience whatsoever. Because, you know, what were these folks up to when we were doing so hard without, you know, really, really just scraping by while there was so much plenty around everywhere. So, I don't know if that necessarily answers the question, but I don't think, thankfully, I don't think my experience is really all that unique. I think a lot of people that have done that, you know, you just don't necessarily see them complaining because they're either working or enjoying their life. I think you know, maybe digital on here is an example of a person that just sort of kept working through the whole thing, and things are working out good. You know, a lot of the things that I complain about on a political level and everything else have to do with crap that doesn't even really involve me. Anyway, that's just it. Sorry, this video stinks, but great subject, and we'll see y'all later.